We're in session in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. We have two dockets. We have our announcement docket and our motion to revoke probation docket. Both dockets are scheduled at 9 a.m. on today's date of August 20th of 2021. First case that we'll be calling is Christopher Namick, cause number 328948. We have Mr. Namick appearing via Zoom. Mr. Namick, how are you doing? Mr. Namick? You could take your mic off of mute. Mr. Namick, how are you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing all right.
Okay, that's good. Mr. Namick, you're appearing on Zoom and your attorney is also appearing on Zoom. Your attorney is Mr. William Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Wilkerson, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Namick's case?
Your Honor, we received a discovery and we received an offer. There is some records that we're in receipt of for Mr. Namick that I need to provide to Mr. Boyd. And so, Judge, I'd ask for a standard reset, and I believe this case will be disposed of at the next setting.
Okay. Okay, your court date has been reset to September 24th of 2021. Mr. Namick, you can get, this will conclude your case. Your case has been reset to September 24th, 2021. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Wilkerson, your reset will be sent to you and you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good weekend.
All right, thank you. Charlene Kilborn.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. We, the bailiff is going to get Ms. Kilborn.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Kilborn. For the record, your full name is Charlene Rose Kilborn. How you doing, Ms. Kilborn? Okay. Now, Ms. Kilborn, you are represented by your attorney, Mr. Terrence Allison. Mr. Allison, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Allison, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Kilborn's case?
Yes, Your Honor. Just this morning, we submitted a request that my client be admitted to the pretrial diversion program. So I'm asking for a long enough reset to see if she is admitted into that program or not.
Okay, well, we'll reset it till the second week in October.
Okay.
Give us a date. Will you say 10/8? Yes, sir. Okay, the case is reset to October 8th of 2021. Ms. Kilborn, you can stand over here and get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Allison, I think this is your only case. Your
Yes,
reset
Your Honor.
your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You too.
Bye. All right, thank you. Luther Edmondson, it's on the motion to revoke probation docket. We're in session and clause number 323998. Case is style of State of Texas versus Luther v. Edmondson. Mr. Edmondson, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Edmondson?
All right, you.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Edmondson, I have before me a motion to revoke your probation. Have you been here in court before on your motion to revoke your probation?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Edmondson, this motion alleges that on February 5th of 2020, that you were found guilty for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2, and your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in Jefferson County Jail, and a fine of $700. And the confinement portion of your sentence was probated for 1 year. Now, there are, the state filed this motion on June 15th of 2020. There are 4 allegations in this motion. Now, if your motion is revoked, you can face up to 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, there's a form that's in front of you. It should be his first one to his left. First one to the left. His left, okay. And it states, judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go over this form with you. And it states, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
Number 3, you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option?
Yes, sir.
If you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom of this document, it states, defendant's choice, mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll put your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney, then you will put your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll put your initials on the third line to the left. If you have already been appointed an attorney, then you'll put your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If you want, well, if your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself, then you'll put your initials on the fifth line to the left. Mr. Edmondson, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a pen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, make your choice. Yeah, you'll sign at the bottom of that document, and then you'll put today's date. Yeah, August 20th. Yes. Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Edmondson, you want your case to be reset so you can hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Edmondson, you're gonna have a seat in that first chair, and then when our coordinator come back, she's gonna ask you to come up, your case will be reset. Once your case is reset, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
Next case is cause number 325-506. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Jared Gordon. Mr. Gordon, is that your full name? Okay. Mr. Gordon, how are you doing? You doing all right? All right, Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Revoke Probation and cause number 325-506. Now, Mr. Gordon, have you been here before on this motion to revoke your probation? First time? Okay. Mr. Gordon, this motion alleges that on June 16th of 2020, that you were found guilty for the offense of Class B theft, and your punishment was assessed at 60 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail, $400 fine. And the confinement portion of your was probated for a period of 1 year. In this motion, there are 3 allegations. Now, Mr. Gordon, if the court finds that you have violated at least one of these allegations, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, you can get up to 60 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Now, could you reach in the judge's explanation? Thanks. Now, Mr. Gordon, you've been handed a document that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you see that document? I will go over this document with you. As a defendant in a criminal case, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option? Number 2, if you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that option? And number 3, you may represent yourself. Mel, the gentleman sitting in this chair, his name is Luther Edmondson. He has requested time. You can give it this here. Now, continuing with this document, Mr. Gordon, if you want an attorney to represent you and have enough money to hire an attorney, the case will be reset to give you time to do so. If you want an attorney and do not have the money to hire one, you will need to fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not to appoint an attorney to represent you. You may not speak to the prosecutor about your case unless you sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. Be aware that there are dangers to self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in a worse outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant legal rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, you may change your mind at any time and may request counsel from the court. At the bottom of this document, it states, defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is, I want to reset this case to hire my own attorney, then you'll place your initials on the first line to the left. If you've already hired an attorney, then you will place your initials on the second line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to apply for court-appointed counsel, then you'll place your initials on the third line to the left. If you've already been appointed an attorney, then you will place your initials on the fourth line to the left and the name of the attorney on the line to the right. If your choice is, I want to waive my right to an attorney and represent myself, Then you will place your initials on the 5th line to the left. Once you have finished initialing one of the 5 lines, you will sign on the line that says defendant, and you will date it today's date, August 20th of 2021. Do you understand? Okay, you can make your choice. Yeah, August 20th is the day. Okay, Mr. Gordon, you elected to have your case reset to give you time to hire an attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Gordon, stand over there in front of the court coordinator on the end and follow her directions. And once you finish, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Thank you. Here you go. Good job. Yes, Mr. Chairman. We're in session in cause number 315884. Case is style of State of Texas versus Lamika Lachey West. We have
Yes.
Ms. West appearing via Zoom. And we have Ms. West's attorney, Todd LeBlanc, who is also appearing via Zoom. Yeah, that's a motion to revoke. Ms. West, how are you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Fine, Judge, thank you.
Okay. I see a note here that Ms. West was to pay $257, is that correct? I don't know if that's an old note.
247 is the current.
And I believe she still has 40 hours community service to.
Okay, so she still has a balance of
247.
247, and she has 40 hours of community service to complete.
No, sir, I actually have $99 left. I paid $150 the other day on that 247.
Okay,
I
hold on.
have the note.
I can call back and confirm.
Okay.
The latest I have shows 247, but I'm gonna quick phone call.
Okay. Okay, they're gonna, the probation office is gonna make a call to confirm. Just hold on a minute.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Judge.
Okay, everybody, put your mics on mute. Okay, you can take your mics off of mute.
Yes, sir. I did confirm that she did make a payment of $150 and her current balance is now 99.
Okay. Ms. West, the probation
Yes.
officer has confirmed that you made that payment, so your balance is now $99. And so I think you still have, she has 40 hours of community service to complete?
Correct, sir.
Okay, so how much, so what is the recommendation? We want to reset this, give her time to complete the 40 hours and to pay the balance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Ms. West, your case is gonna be reset. Give us a standard reset. Yeah. Okay, your case is gonna be reset until September 24th of 2021 for you to pay the $99 balance and to complete your 40 hours of community service. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and now, Ms. West, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. This will complete your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBlanc, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
Honor.
You
You too.
too.
All right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay.
I apologize, I have a new phone and I can't get it to, trying to figure out how to put it on silent. My phone's been going off. Very good, Your Honor.
Bryce Joseph Terrio.
We're taking the slips already.
And Your Honor, there's the audit report for the.
Third case.
Yes, sir.
Two of the cases are.
Motion to revoke.
NTRPs, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And they did furnish me what they were obligated to do with NTRPs.
Court's in session in 3 cases. First case is cause number 321730. Second case is cause number 322446. And the third case is cause number 325970. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Bryce Joseph Terrio.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Terrio, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Terrio?
All right, sir.
All right, Mr. Terrio, would you please raise your right hand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Terrio, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. Mr. Terrio, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Mark Faggart. Mr. Faggart, how you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you for asking.
Mr. Faggart, you will be waiving a record in these cases?
We will.
Okay. In cause number 321730, I have before me a motion to revoke the unadjudicated probation, Mr. Terrio. In this motion, it alleges that on May 2nd of 2019 in Jefferson County Court at Law number 2, that the evidence, that the court found the evidence was sufficient to, beyond a reasonable doubt, to support a finding of guilt for the offense of criminal mischief, which is a Class A misdemeanor. However, the court deferred adjudication of your guilt and place you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 1 year. One, 8, and 14. Oh. I think your numbers you put here, I think you're supposed to put 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, he's gonna,
No, that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
You use these numbers, you're supposed to use these numbers down here.
okay,
Use the, and so the numbers, I'll just let you make that change.
okay. We just need to do 1, 2, 3.
Yes, that, because that corresponds with the conditions, you put the conditions, but the allegations have allegation 1, 2, and 3.
You see the change we just made here?
You just,
We changed it from the 114 and whatever it is to 1, 2, 3. You good with that?
I don't really know.
it's the same,
Yes,
okay.
sir. I'm
You,
sorry.
okay, you could show him the motion where it says these numbers here, and then the allegations are down there.
Okay, thank you. We'll need to do it on the other one as well.
Yeah.
This was the conditions, okay, but this is what you said you did, so it's the exact same thing that we went through, okay?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, didn't pay your fines and fees, and you didn't do the community service, okay?
Yes, sir. I was homeless at the time whenever I took probation. I've been
Okay.
working ever since.
Sure.
Before I caught that
I
MPR.
understand, but you're pleading true to those allegations,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Terrio,
Yes, sir.
I have before me, this motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. In this motion, there are 3 allegations. First allegation, allegation number 1, alleges that you committed the offense of theft in that on about the 4th day of February 2020 in Jefferson County, Texas, that you did then and there unlawfully appropriate property by acquiring and exercising control of corporal personal property, namely clothing owned by Brian Thomas, hereafter style of complainant, of a value of at least $100, but less than $750, with the intent to deprive the complainant of the property and without the effective consent of the complainant against the peace and dignity of the state in violation of condition 1 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
It's true, Your Honor.
Okay, allegation number 2 alleges that you failed to pay quota set fees as ordered by the court, and as of February 28th of 2020, you were $1,845 in arrears in violation of condition 8 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
Yes, sir. Can I say one thing?
I'll talk to your attorney first. and then-
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. I'll-
The person who just came in on Zoom with iPhone, would you please put your mic on mute, please?
Yes, Your Honor, sorry about that.
Okay. And now, Mr. Terrio, allegation 3 alleged that you failed to perform community service hours required as ordered by the court in violation of condition 14 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True, Your Honor. I was
Now-
working. I was on call.
Okay, Mr. If you have anything to say, talk to your attorney first,
Yes, sir.
all right? And just, okay. Now, Mr. Terrio, are you pleading true to these allegations freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true to these allegations because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Terrio. I have before me another document. This document is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
That's what you signed.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what I was on.
Okay, now on page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials next to a box that says MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegations 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the third page of the same document, Mr. Terrio, there's a signature above at the top, on the top line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And on the next document, which is titled the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, I signed that one.
Is that your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that's checked up here. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that? Now, Mr. Terrio, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Faggett, you have advised and counseled Mr. Terrio. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor, I'm fully aware of the nature of these proceedings.
Mr. Terrio, your attorney, Mr. Faggett, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Terrio, I will accept your plea of true to allegations 1, 2, and 3. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your unadjudicated probation. And your unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. It's 20 days county jail to run concurrently with clause numbers 322, 446, and 325, 970.
And 3, 2. Do we have a, can we get his after? Yes. It says 20, he served 20 days. Right? Oh, he didn't say that. I know, but now, is he time served?
Your Honor, that's where I got him confused with the one grant from yesterday. He has a couple days, but I shouldn't have put the 20 days on there. Mr. Faggett put the time served just to give him for whatever time he had served, so I got confused and put the 20. But
Yeah, our agreement is he's getting 20 days on each of the 3 cases to run
Run
CC,
concurrent.
whatever time he's already done,
Oh,
he gets
so we
credit
have
for
to
that.
change that.
Is he going today?
Yeah, you're gonna have to,
He's going to jail.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
jail.
Okay,
so you're gonna have to change, make sure,
that's 325970.
yeah, 321730.
On the MCRP.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's the first case we did. He doesn't have, that. He's gonna get it, whatever credit he's entitled to get by law.
Just on that one?
All
I
3
don't-
of them.
all 3 of them, they're gonna run together.
Supposed to be on all 3 of them, they
So
said.
he doesn't get credit for, on any of them? Credit for time served, how did?
No, he's not a time served. Apparently they,
On
We
all 3?
messed up on that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
yeah,
I think yesterday we had one that had all 3 of them run together.
yeah. Okay, because she has to redo the paperwork. Let me do this. Let me,
Oh, see if he disappeared off your tab, I just ended it, let it disappear, see if you can get back in.
It doesn't matter if you
Okay,
entered
see if
it.
you can get back in your screen and make sure it's recorded. 32597.
It'll be okay if I just read. So all 3 of them, he is not getting credit for time served.
right,
Yeah, he's getting credit for the actual days he has.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's fine, but we don't, that doesn't.
can I? Does he have a affidavit to end this week? Okay, back on the record. Mr. Terrio, the state is offering that you serve, well, state, would you please repeat your offer?
Yes, Your Honor, there'd be 20 days county jail to run concurrently with cause numbers 322-446 and 325-970.
Mr. Terrio, the state is offering that you serve, that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case is $67.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Terrio, would you be able to pay the $67?
Today,
Um,
period.
hmm?
Or I will assume, I don't have it on me today, but I will be able to most definitely, sir.
I'm saying, would you be able to pay it before you're released?
From jail,
Yes,
I could call my family and they could probably, I'm pretty sure, yes, sir.
okay. Now, Mr. Terrio, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do, Your Honor.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Terrio, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have reached in this case. Now, Mr. Terrio, your next case is cause number 322446. And in this case, Mr. Terrio, I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And this motion alleges that on May 2nd, 2019, in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, that the court found the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt, support a finding of guilt for the offense of Class B theft. However, the court deferred your adjudication of guilt and placed you on deferred probation or unadjudicated probation for 1 year. On March 20th of 2020, the state filed a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, there are, let me get this back to you. Okay. Now, Mr. Terrio, in this motion, there are 3 allegations. First allegation alleges that you committed the offense of theft in that on or about the 4th day of February 2020 in Jefferson County, Texas, that you, Bryce Joseph Terrio, did then and there unlawfully appropriate property by acquiring and exercising control of corporal personal property, and there unlawfully appropriated property by acquiring and exercising control of corporal personal property, namely clothing owned by Brian Thomas. You have to style the defendant, excuse me, you have to style the complainant of the value of at least $100 but less than $750 with the intent to deprive the complainant of the property and without the effective consent of the complainant against the peace and dignity of the state and in violation of condition 1 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Allegation 2 alleges that you failed to pay court assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of February 28th of 2020, you were $270 in arrears in violation of condition 8 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
It is true, Your Honor.
Allegation 3 alleges that you failed to perform community service hours as ordered by the court in violation of condition 14 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Are you pleading true to allegations 1, 2, and 3 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Terrio,
Yes, sir.
I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I do.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Terrio. Oops,
We need to change it.
yeah,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay.
You understand, we changed the document from the numbers I wrote to 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you just played true to? Okay, here you go, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Mr. Terrio, on page 2 of State's Exhibit number 1, there are set of initials, BJT, on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, true to allegations 1, 2, and 3.
Yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And on the 3rd page of the same document, there's a signature at the top above the line that's titled Defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
On the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is that your signature at the bottom above the line that says Defendant?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Terrio, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
None, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Faggot, you advised in counsel, Mr. Terrio, in this case, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Terrio, your attorney, Mr. Faggot, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Terrio, I will accept your pleas are true to allegations 1, 2, and 3. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of true and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your unadjudicated probation, and your unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
20 days county jail to run concurrently with cause numbers 321-730 and 325-970.
Mr. Terrio, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you entitled to get by law. The court cost in this case, Mr. Terrio, is $67. Will you be able to pay the $67 in this case?
Yes, sir. Before I get out of jail, I'll make a call as soon as I get there.
Okay, Mr. Terrio, the state is also offering that this case will run concurrent with cause number 321-730 and cause number 325-970. Mr. Terrio, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Terrio, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you've entered into with the state. Mr. Terrio, we will now proceed. Move to your last case. In this case, it's cause number 325-970. In this case, Mr. Terrio, I have before me an information. And the information alleges that on February 4th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And to this charge, Mr. Terrio, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Terrio, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I messed up.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I mean, are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
I think you have to make the adjustments on this here. They had time, sir. Now, All right, thank you. Now, Mr. Terry, I have before me a document that is titled the misdemeanor plea admonishments. Mr. Terry, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Terry, the set of initials on a line next to a box that says guilty, the initials are BJT. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And on the last page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And I have another document here that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Terrio, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this box, at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining agreement and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
The second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Terry, I have another document here. I only need it in one case. I didn't need it in those 2. Mr. Terry, I have another document here. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Terry, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any
No.
objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Fraggett, you advise and counsel Mr. Terrio in this case. Is there any evidence that he's currently been in the incompetent stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Terrio, your attorney, Mr. Fraggett, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, very much, Your Honor.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Terrio, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waiver were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargaining agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
20 days county jail to run concurrently with cause numbers 322-446 and 321-730.
Okay. Mr. Terrio,
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
in this case, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. Now, the court cost in this case is $337. Mr. Terrio, would you be able to pay the $337?
How much would I have to pay before I get out of jail?
$337.
Plus the 67 and 67 again?
Yes.
I'll have to ask a family member, but I'm pretty sure I can.
You think you can?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Terrio, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Now, also, let me add, the state also will be, this case will be running concurrent with cause number 322-446 and cause number 321-730. Now, do you understand fully the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Terrio, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Terrio, this will conclude your case. You need to get his prints? Okay.
You need them?
Okay, Mr. Terrio, what I was just saying, Ms. Terrio, could you stand here over here on the X
Yes, sir.
and follow the directions of our clerk? And once you finish following those directions, you follow the bill.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
and you have a blessed day.
You too. God bless you, sir.
All right, God bless you as well.
Just stick your right hand in the square.
Last time.
Here you go.
That's it. Oh, no, wait. That's okay.
Huh? What's that? Oh, I was trying, that was the one, that was, they reset.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Nice to see you.
Definitely do that.
Please let your dad know that the baby girl is coming to practice all her day.
He's gonna like to hear that.
And come to see, it's good to see you.
Have a nice day.
Okay, we're in session in 3 cases. First case is cause number 317-528. Second case is cause number 317-596. And the third case is cause number 317-626. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Tyler Garrett Moore. We have Mr. Tyler Moore appearing via Zoom with his attorney. Mr. Moore, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, and Mr. Moore, you're represented by Mr. Dustin Galmore, who's also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. We have both of these cases, well, all 3 of these cases on our motion to revoke probation docket. And let's see. What is the recommendation of the probation department?
Probation recommends this case be extended. There's an outstanding case in Harvey County. It has been indicted. No court date said this.
Okay, you say you want it to be extended. Are you asking for a reset or
Yes, sir.
what? It,
Yes, sir.
oh, okay. I thought you said extension. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. So, Mr. Galmore,
Yes,
are
Your
you
Honor.
representing Mr. Tyler on the case in the other county?
I am, Your Honor. Currently, it's set in November. And so this case, though, has been reset several times. That particular court, which is Judge Stover, the 88, has not had an in-person docket or a Zoom docket and since before the corona, as far as their big criminal docket. But the November docket, I'm told, is going to happen. Now, Mr. Moore, he actually went to rehab back in March of 2020, and he finished that rehab program. And then instead of leaving the rehab program, he went ahead and became an employee there. He became an employee there in March of 2021. So he's been at the rehab facility now for, I guess, going on about 17, 18 months. So he's doing really good. But the Hardin County case is not set until November.
Do you have a date? Do you have a November date?
Yes, I do. Give me 1 second. It
Okay.
is November the 1st.
Okay.
I can do November the 5th or November the 12th.
She said she can do the 5th or the 12th.
Either one is fine with me, Your Honor.
Okay. It's gonna be reset to November 5th. Mr. Galmore, well, Mr. Moore, Your case will be reset to November 5th of 2021. Your reset will be sent to your attorney. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will have your reset dates. And this will conclude your cases. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And continue to do the good work that you're doing in the rehab facility.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Galmore, your reset will be sent to you in the mail. I think this is your only cases that you have today. So this
It
will
is, Your Honor.
conclude these cases. You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. Y'all have a good weekend.
All right, same to you. Jennifer Narcisse.
I'm here, Your Honor. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, had appeared on Zoom earlier. And so we're gonna wait for him to reappear.
Oh, wow. Because I had let him know that I had to be at work for 10, and he had told me it wouldn't interrupt my work schedule. And I've been on Zoom since 9 a.m. sharp.
Yeah, he appeared and then I don't know where he went, but
Oh, wow.
okay, we'll try to see if we can make contact with him.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Just put your mic on mute. We're in session and calls number 328-214. Case is style of State of Texas versus Amanda Stanton. Stanton, would you please come forward?
Your name is Hannah, T-A-N-T-O-N. I thought I heard you say Stanton.
Tanton. Okay. Ms. Tanton, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Tanton, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Tanton? That's good. Ms. Tanton, you're here with your attorney, Mr. Don Boudreaux. Mr. Boudreaux, how you doing?
Yes, fine, sir.
Mr. Boudreaux, do you waive a record in this case?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Tanton, I have before me the information that alleges that on or about October 12th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass. Ms. Tanton, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Ms. Tanton, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No comment.
Now, you plead in no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Now, Ms. Tanton, I have before me a document that is titled the Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Ms. Tanton, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, Ms. Tanton, there are a set of initials, AT, on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 2 of this same document, Ms. Tanton, there's a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Is that your signature? And I have another document before me that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Ms. Tanton, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is that your signature above the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes.
There are 2 boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you are waiving or giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? You have to speak up. Now, Ms. Tanton, I also have before me a document that is titled the Discovery Certification. Ms. Tanton, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature
Yes.
on above the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Ms. Tanton, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents that I've just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's 1?
Yes, Your Honor. State would also offer State Exhibit number 2, the probable cause update.
Do we have any objections to State's Exhibit 1 and 2?
No, sir.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Boudreaux, you advised and counsel Ms. Tanton. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Ms. Tanton, your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Tanton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
20 days county jail, and Ms. Tanton has 20 days credit to court costs to be taxed and retired.
Ms. Tanton, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $337, but you would not have to pay the $337 because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Hampton, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Ms. Hampton, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Hampton, please stand on the X. You're gonna follow the directions of the clerk, the X next to your attorney. And then, no, right here. It's on the. And once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Thank you. You're welcome.
You're right. Right again, don't press too hard. Okay. Copy right here, and you release them. I'm sorry. You want a copy? And this is the commitment, huh?
Yes.
Yes. We're in session and cause number 326158. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Jennifer Narcisse. We have Ms. Narcisse appearing via Zoom. Ms.
Yes,
Narcisse,
sir.
how are you doing?
I'm blessed, sir. How are you, Judge?
I'm blessed as well. Thanks for asking. Ms. Narcisse, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Joel Vasquez, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Vasquez, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor. How are you this morning?
We're doing fine. Mr. Vasquez, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Narcisse's case?
Your Honor, we would ask for another announcement docket. We have not completed discovery.
Okay. Give us a date. Okay, your case is gonna be reset to September 24th of 2021. Ms. Narcisse, stay in contact with the bondsman and your attorney. Your case has been reset to September 24th of 2021. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Vasquez, your reset will be sent to you. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
You as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I am the guilty that caused all the commotion earlier trying to on my iPhone.
Okay, that's not a problem. All right, you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Okay, thank you. We're gonna get Mr. Markel Freelo. We're in session in 3 cases. First case is cause number 328154. Second case is cause number 329548. And the third case is cause number 329766. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Markel Jermaine Freelo. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Freelo, how are you doing?
How you doing today, Judge? I'm all right.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Freelo, I see here on the docket sheet, your case was reset for you to hire an attorney.
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
I talked to some, but I ain't actually hired one because I was supposed to go bring the money like last week, but I had to get some school supplies, some school clothes for my 2 kids, so. It just backed me up a little bit, but I'm gonna take care of it.
How long do you need?
I'll probably take care of it this coming week or the next week. It's just my last paycheck I had to spend.
Okay, let me do this here. We're gonna reset you 30 days.
Okay.
All right. Now you have 30 days to hire your attorney. Stand over there on the X in front of the coordinator. She's gonna reset your case. Once you get your case reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir, you too.
Just a second, I'll have you, sign in the box.
Herbert Harrison.
Your Honor, I'm negotiating with the state right now.
Okay, we'll hold on it.
Hold on for a second.
Okay. Let's,
Must have talked to you or something.
Reese, Akeem Reese. We're in session of cause number 325-062. Case is style of state of Texas versus Akeem Deshaun Reese. Mr. Reese, is that your full name? Okay, now, Mr. Reese, I see he's pro se. Bridget, could you look at his judge's explanation? I see that he's pro se.
He wants to waive his right and represent.
Okay, okay. Okay, Mr. Reese, what we'll do, just have a seat in the gallery and one of the prosecutors will talk to you. I see David Brewer here. Kevin Lane is not here, his attorney. Okay, we'll be in recess.